Did you see the kid take the field and feel like the whole stadium held its breath for him? And then somehow the night kept getting stranger? Shedeur Sanders' first real NFL minutes were already a pressure cooker. A concussion to the starter, a sudden shove into the spotlight, and millions watching a young man try to turn practice reps into live surgery. What unfolded was messy, human, and in its own way revealing. Not just about one player, but about how a team builds, protects, and sometimes abandons its plan when reality intervenes. He came in after Dillon Gabriel exited with a concussion, and the Browns' offense sputtered in front of him. The box score reads 4 of 16, 47 yards, 1 interception, 2 sacks, and a 13.5 passer rating, a number so low it made headlines for how historically rough that debut looked. Those stats are cold, but they're also the easiest part of the story. The real texture is in the timing and context of every snap. NFL.com, look, we've seen rookies mess up before. What made this different was that Sanders wasn't the rookie the Browns had primed to step in on short notice. He hadn't been taking first-team reps. Those were gobbled up by Gabriel and the veteran backup. When you thrust someone into a game plan that wasn't built with him in mind, you remove the scaffolding that makes NFL reads possible. The result on Sunday looked exactly like that mismatch. Flashes of college-era brilliance, a near touchdown to Gage Larvadain, a sharp 25-yard strike to Harold Fannin Jr., tangled up with the rookie pitfalls of holding the ball too long, taking sacks, and rushing decisions under pressure. And then, as if the football theater needed another bad beat, word came that his home had been burglarized during the game. Police say thieves hit the Cleveland area house while he was on the field, and early reports put the haul in the hundreds of thousands. That's not just a creepy headline, it is a psychological punch. Imagine trying to digest the adrenaline of your first pro snaps while someone is rifling through your life back home. It turns a bad day into an ordeal. Reuters, you can parse this on 3 levels. 1, the coaching staff's plan and priorities. Cleveland chose a development path entering the season. Gabriel to get starter reps, a veteran as insurance, Sanders down the list. That's defensible. You rarely split rookie reps and expect both to flourish. But when real-world injuries happen, the choice becomes cruel. Throw in an underprepared rookie or scramble for a veteran solution that may not exist. Critics howled, notably Rex Ryan, who publicly asked why the Browns didn't give Sanders more opportunity in practice and why they even traded up for him, if not to use him sooner. Ryan's take landed loud and ugly because it taps into a broader question every franchise faces. Build for tomorrow or protect today? Newsweek 2, the human dynamic inside the locker room. After the game, Sanders tried to shoulder the blame, the classic rookie impulse to absorb failure so teammates don't have to. That's when Myles Garrett did something that mattered as much as any sack. He stood up, refused to let the kid take the fall alone, and reminded everyone this was a team game. Veterans doing that publicly changes how players recover from bad nights. It keeps the fragile thing that is confidence from cracking entirely. Leadership like that doesn't show on stat sheets, but it decides whether a rookie internalizes lessons or spirals. SI3, the optics of fame. Shedeur didn't just arrive in the NFL with a decent college resume. He arrived as Deion Sanders' son with an attendant circus. That pedigree brings opportunity and scrutiny in equal measure. When your name carries headlines, every stumble becomes fodder for debate about the front office's competence, the coaching staff's judgment, and the player's ceiling. The burglary only amplifies that unfair glare. The kid gets judged for a rough half while also dealing with personal violation off the field. It makes the public narrative uglier, and the private work, footwork, reads, timing, that much harder to focus on. What matters next is boring in a way that makes it powerful. Medical updates, practice reports, and how the team adjusts the plan. Kevin Stefanski has said Dillon Gabriel remains the starter when healthy. If Gabriel clears concussion protocol, the Browns' immediate drama evaporates for a week, and Sanders goes back to being a developmental project. If Gabriel doesn't clear, Sanders isn't just auditioning for Twitter. He'll get a full week with the first-team reps and a chance to show what a prepared Shedeur looks like. That difference, emergency audition versus full prep, is the kind of thing that can change a career. ClevelandBrowns.com. Let's be honest about the critique. A single half of football shouldn't be a player's obituary. Plenty of quarterbacks have been ragged in their debuts and gone on to carve long careers. The NFL wants and rewards growth. But this particular sequence exposed two realities. One, the Browns' roster construction choices made this moment more dangerous for Sanders than it needed to be. And two, the league's modern weirdness. Burglaries during games, viral takes, national hot takes makes recovery from early missteps harder than in the old days. The margin for error is microscopic. If you're mapping outcomes, there are two believable arcs. In one, Gabriel recovers, Sanders slides back. The staff uses the film to build a targeted plan. Quick reads, simplified progressions, more live reps next offseason, and the rookie becomes a long-term project with time to grow. In the other, Gabriel's protocol lingers. Sanders gets a full week of reps, plays cleaner with a scheme built for his strengths, and suddenly the conversation shifts from unprepared to what if we double down. Football is painfully pragmatic. Coaches respond to production. A week of focused work and an improved 60-minute performance can change narratives overnight. But don't miss the human heart of this. For a young man, that locker room scene, his teammates refusing to let him carry it alone, is the kind of oxygen you can't quantify. For a team, the choice to protect or expose a rookie tells you whether they're building a culture or chasing short-term fixes. For the league, the burglary adds another grim chapter to an ongoing problem that teams and players are still trying to outmaneuver. So here's the image that lingers. A rookie walking off feeling like he failed. A veteran stepping in and saying, "No, you're not doing this by yourself," and a franchise forced to choose between a plan and the chaos of the moment. It's ugly, it's raw, and it's real. That's what football looks like when life collides with the game. Watch the next few days. Check the practice reports, the concussion updates, the police releases. Those boring facts will tell you whether this was a learning chapter or the start of a new story. Either way, remember this: debuts matter, but how a team responds matters more. And sometimes the single most important play isn't a throw or a sack, but a teammate standing between a rookie and a headline. Aaron Rodgers leaving at halftime wasn't just an in-game disruption. It introduced a real question mark for a Steelers team that's been living on thin margins this season. Rodgers exited after favoring his left wrist, and initial x-rays showed a small fracture, described by reports as a slight break. Fox Sports: still, there's reason for cautious optimism. Follow-up testing reportedly cleared Rodgers of needing surgery, and sources say he's pushing to be available as soon as this coming week. Coach Mike Tomlin later confirmed that surgery isn't required. Those developments don't erase the injury, but they change the calculus from season-altering to manage carefully. News Talk 1130, WISN. On the field, Pittsburgh still won that game handily, a 34-12 win over the Cincinnati Bengals, which masks how fragile the offense can be when Rodgers isn't operating at full strength. The team's identity lately has been opportunistic defense and explosive plays off turnover.